The biggest story of the week, nuclear energy, the coalition's policy. Talk to me about how nuclear energy is national security.
It absolutely is security. It is national security. So nuclear energy will make Australia stronger again. Nuclear energy will bring back jobs to Australia again. It'll mean that we can make things in Australia again because we now know that less than 5% of manufacturing per GDP is in Australia. We don't make anything here again, so that enables us to be a real sovereign country again.
Our reliance on other nations for almost everything makes us so weak and so vulnerable.
It does.
Also, our inability to attract people into our defence force. Link, what's happened this week? We've got another idea of another great big thing we can cherry on top rather than actually fixing the issues, of course.
Well, that's right. I mean, we need to look at the root cause of why we can't attract and retain people in the Australian Defence Force. And that is, why would you want to go and fight for A, woke Defence Force, but B, when you have absolutely no chance of ever buying your own home and having a family and bringing up children, then what have you got to fight for? We're seeing that from young adults. And we've just seen a recent survey that came out that data shows that in 1981, almost 70% of Australians aged in their 20s said they were willing to fight for their country. But in 2018, that figure had dropped to 44%, and only 42% of 20-somethings said they were actually proud to be an Australian. So what are our representatives doing? We have to look after our young people.
It was one of the first columns I wrote for the Daily Telegraph a few years ago. Would they fight? Looking at this generation who seem to despise everything we stand for. Not all of them, but the loud ones. Why would they fight for a country they don't even like?
Well, look, I can understand that. If you're growing up in a country that's absolutely giving you nothing, you're never going to be able to own your own piece of Australia ever and have a family and bring up your kids and afford it, well, then what are you looking at as a kid in this country? And their leadership has failed them.
Yep, we need legitimate hope, don't we? Lincoln Parker, brilliant. Thank you so much, as
Thanks,
always.
Erin.